What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my gameplay stream of Warplan Pacific. So it's been actually a little bit since I last played. Actually, geez, like a week, which is kind of crazy. Let me refresh this so I can make sure that my stream is going. Because yesterday it did not catch my stream, which is weird because this is not popping up with my current stream that I'm doing right now. I have a feeling it has something to do with OBS because it didn't catch my yesterday's stream, so it's not good. Come on. It normally pops up here. Come on. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, it normally pops up right here, and I feel like there's a problem with OBS lately. Or YouTube, because YouTube's all full of goodness. Come on, dude. Okay, well, it's weird because it says it's working, so I'm just gonna go based on that. Hopefully it doesn't screw up. Alright, where did last leave off here? Okay, cool. So I probably not going to be in the best of spirits, so I'm gonna try to be motivated, but it's kind of hard. Some bad stuff happened last night. So, I don't know if you guys follow the podcast that I do. One of them is Developer Dialogue, and then the other one is Single Mode Strategy. And it's a podcast I've been doing, I think, since like 2014. Let me actually double check. It's been a while since I've been doing this podcast. And the podcast has gotten, well, successful. We definitely get a good amount of viewers for it. However, the last, I would say, year or two has been quite conflicted. Yeah, 2016. Kind of ever since we brought in Tortuga, shortly after we brought him in, things have been a little bit more, I would say, difficult. And yeah, it's just things have not been smooth. And me and Matt over the years have kind of like had a lot of friction here and there, but it's kind of increased more. And I'm not going to get into all the particulars of it. It's just that, you know, where I'm from, like, you know, I'm from New York, so I'm not going to stand for somebody disrespecting me. Like, it's just not going to fly. You know, if you disrespect me, if you kind of like talk to me in a certain manner, I'm not going to let that fly. You know, I like require a certain amount of respect, not only as like just a person, but like I've served my country. You know, I've done things that, you know, that I earned, you know, to be respected. And I just we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. And I'm probably going to make a video just on what happened, probably soon. But suffice to say, we tried to do a episode yesterday, and the episode didn't go, I would say, smoothly. You know, we talked about a topic for Game Labs. Game Labs being bought by a publisher that is kind of known for free-to-play model. So I get very passionate about it, you know, and I try to stay positive in the videos, and you know, try to see the brighter side of things and be like, you know, I love Game Labs. You know, they've made some incredible games, and so I always try to like give people benefit of the doubt. And apparently my positivity about like Matrix and Slitherine and Paradox and Game Labs doesn't kind of jive with what they want. I guess one thing that they mentioned was like, I'm too positive, and it kind of disrupts them. So it's just, so that was one of the things. So suffice to say, there's not going to be any more single malt strategy episodes, at least with me in it. Like, single malt strategy is kind of over. There's probably going to be a new era in it where it's just going to be Matt and Eric. And yeah, it's just going to be just them two. And we had some friction over the last month. Well, actually a lot of friction. And I'll get into that more in a later time. But, you know, when I like do interviews for Developer Dialogue, right, I try to keep it as professional as possible. I set up like email chains with the developers, set up a time, set up a date, try to facilitate everybody's schedule, and kind of just make sure everybody's on the same page. And Matt and Eric kind of did an interview on themselves, by themselves, without me. Didn't include me in that interview, and you could, you know, you can kind of imagine I was not kind of happy about that, considering that, you know, I try to include them in every single interview, and, you know, if Matt can't make this one interview, I'll kind of like adjust the schedule so he can kind of include, you know, be included. But that didn't happen when they did their interview. Actually wasn't even told about the actual day and time, which I thought was kind of shady. So yeah, it's just something that, oh wow, I can actually, build Soviet units. Interesting. 344. I'm so close. I'm gonna save for one more turn so I can get an armored core, because I could blast through the Japanese with an armored core, right? Because it's not gonna be the best tank. It'll be a 39. You know what? I could probably do this. Yeah, let's do this, and I'll be by 1943. Yeah, let's do that. .141. Come on, I need Air Force. 250. But yeah, so I mean, it was just something that it just really got under my skin, and we had a lot of friction the last month. I reached out to Microprose, the PR guy for Microprose, to do an interview, which I actually did last night with Second Front, with Joe from Second Front, which hopefully I'm releasing next week. Hopefully, if I can get kind of aiming for that. But yeah, I mean, I sent an email to Joe, and then like, I don't like when people chew me out, like, you know, via text or messaging, like, you know, what's wrong with you kind of thing, like, you know, I told you, you know, I just don't like to get chewed out. I'm not gonna have a daggone, you know, person, you know, unless they're like my first sergeant or sergeant major or somebody above my rank. I'll take that, because like, look, that's what I signed up for. Sergeant Major wants to chew me out. Chew me out. It's fine. I'm not going to have another person chew me out. That's not going to fly. Especially somebody that never served. Yeah, that's not going to fly. You know, maybe if the person was like a Navy SEAL, yeah, I'm a civvy now, but if a Navy SEAL chews me out, yeah, I'll take it, you know, because daggone, you're a Navy SEAL, you know. But I'm not going to have a daggone regular, you know, just a person chew me out. It's just not going to fly. And I'm not going to have another person tell me things that I can or cannot do. I've been communicating with developers and PR personnel for a long time, and all of a sudden, when I send an email to one and then get chewed out by a co-host, that's not flying. That is not flying. And it really gets me upset when somebody, like, you know, does that over the internet through, like, messaging or through voice chat. Like, where I'm from, if you're going to try to chew somebody out, you do it to their face. This whole thing of, like, hiding behind a microphone kind of thing, like, no. So, but anyway, I'll get more into that, into, like, a video. And I'm sure the episode that was recorded last night for Single Malt Strategy, we actually got through the whole episode. They're not going to publish. And they didn't publish the March episode either. So I'm probably going to actually release those 2 episodes on my own. Primarily because, you know, I did the episodes. I spent 2-3 hours, you know, of my life, you know, recording it, and then for somebody to say, yeah, let's not publish it. I don't want to publish it. No, that's not happening. I'm not gonna, like, literally waste my time recording a whole episode and having a great time doing it, and then all of a sudden to be like, no, we're not doing it. So, I'm gonna do that next turn. So the Yorktown was sunk. Okay, cool. You can head back to port. Nice, good. And then this is the remaining fleet. I think I have only 1 carrier, the Saratoga. So I got 2 carriers against, I think, was it like 12 Japanese carriers? It's ridiculous. But yeah, things between us are, like, really, really bad. Like, really bad. And so we're not going to be on each other's podcasts anymore. We kind of separated completely. And, you know, it also comes down to, like, it's a lot of things. You know, over the years, I don't know if you can go through Twitter, but, you know, when somebody openly insults you on the internet, and they apologize the next day, yeah, I mean, I'll accept your apology. But when that repeatedly happens, yeah, I'm sorry I said that. And then, like, a couple months later, another insult on the internet, and then the next day, I'm sorry that I did that. Yeah, like, that's a form of disrespect. Like, I can understand one time maybe you were heated, maybe you were drunk, whatever, but if this happens multiple times, where you're, like, disrespecting me openly, you know, it creates a really bad taste in my mouth. So me and Matt never had a really good vibe kind of thing. He would definitely not be somebody I would, like, speak to or be friends with in you know, in real life. There's just a lot of things about him that he's all about, like, himself, and, like, he believes he's always right, and just it's a lot of things. And I don't want to kind of like rag on a person, but you know, I I just don't like being disrespected, and I really don't. And then also, like, you know, when somebody says like, hey, we're gonna be there, I'm gonna be there for an interview, and they don't show up multiple times, and you got to tell the developer, yeah, I'm sorry, he's not here, I don't know what happened. It's, you know, it's kind of embarrassing, especially when you're talking to a developer and stuff like that, you know. But anyway, I'm just gonna kind of leave it there until until 101, until I publish the single molest strategy episodes, and I'll do one episode primarily just for single molest strategy. But yeah, it's sad. I really enjoyed doing single molest strategy, I really did, and it's just sad. It really is. Alright, got everything done here. Everything done here. That's good. That's good. That's a division. I don't know why that's lit. Probably missing something. Yes, sir. But yeah, I mean, when somebody tells me that, you know, you're just too positive with certain things, I'm like, okay, I'd rather be too positive than too negative, honestly. You know, that's one thing that I learned, not learned, but like that's the kind of culture when I worked at Apple. It was always like everybody's so positive, and even if you're having like a horrible day, like this one girl, I remember one of my friends, I forgot her name, but yeah, I mean, this one woman, she always mentioned, like if you're having a bad day, like if you're at like a 10%, like at a 10, like at a 1, right, out of 10, you're just having a horrible day, forcing yourself to be positive and, like, you know, exerting positivity. She was saying, you know, by doing that throughout the day, by the end of the day, you know, you're going to feel fine. You're going to be positive by the end of the day. And I remember when I was going through some dark times, by just being positive, I'm like, hey, what's going on? How's your day going? And talking about like, yeah, this new Marvel movie is incredible. And, you know, just being that kind of positive, it's contagious. And she was totally right. Like, literally by the end of the day, I was like, even though like some bad stuff was happening, by the end of the day, I was actually positive. I was like, yeah, things will work out. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so that's the kind of like mentality I always try to push forward. And some people like it, some people don't. I'd rather be positive, and I always try to exude that. Because I just don't want to be like daggone, you know, I've been through some really dark times, and I'd rather go, you know, this other path of being positive than being negative. Because people want to be around you when you're positive, you know? People want to be like, yeah, Cole Sean, man. I actually saw my old coworkers the other day at the Apple MacArthur Center store, and you know, I haven't seen them in like years. There's some incredible people there. And then the one thing that I really loved is like when I came in, like they all came out and like were hugging me, and like, you know, they missed me, and they were like, you know, how are you doing? And just it's amazing what kind of impact you can have on people, or them having on you. I've never had a job like that where like I showed up like a couple years later, and it was like, how you doing? We should hang out. Come on, man. They're incredible human beings. That's why I loved working there. There's this thing about Apple is, and it's usually in the Apple store. I've worked for corporate, and I've noticed this culture in the store where it's like a family, kind of thing. Yeah, it's something really special. I've never had that in any other job. I think the closest I ever had that was in the military. But yeah, so just going back to the what we were talking about was, I gotta check the chat. Oh, okay, nobody. I hope it's gonna post. I hope it doesn't do what it did before. I did a first impressions of Valor and Victory, and like it never posted. It was just like, all right. But yeah, so you're not going to see Historical Gamer or Tortuga on Developer Dialogue anymore. It's just going to be me. And that's kind of like the way I kind of wanted it to anyway. There were certain interviews that like didn't go really well. And I had to edit it to make it better. And the cool thing is now I can actually have all the questions to myself. I can shoot over to the developer, so I don't have to kind of take turns and stuff like that. I remember I was trying to set up like a system, and you guys don't see it on your end because I edited it out. Oh shoot, they're trying to attack here. But generally, a lot of times, like when somebody finishes a question, like let's say Eric's done asking a question, the developer finishes responding, and I want to ask a question. A lot of times, like me, Matt, and Eric will sometimes ask the same question, get on the mic at the same time. And one of my ways to kind of fix that was kind of like going in the chat and be like, okay, do you mind if I ask a question now? Matt, do you want to go now? And Eric, do you want to go now and take in turns? And that never worked out because some people were just like, nah, let's just kind of like fly by the seat of our pants. And I'm like, yeah, I know it's not working though. But yeah, anyway, it's just really sad. But yeah, and it might be that they're from a different place. I know they're from maybe the country or a different state, so maybe it's different. And I've told one of them, I'm like, you can't say that to a person like from New York. I'm like, you can't. I actually had, I'm not going to mention who, but one of them was just like, are you being like paid by Slytherin and Matrix to give good reviews? And I'm like, no. You're like, okay, because like you're always giving like positive reviews. I'm like, yeah, because I like the game, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's disrespectful, at least where I'm from, to say something like that. Like, are you kind of like, you're being paid off, kind of like, are you being paid to say these things, kind of thing? And it's just, I don't know. I would never ask that of my friends. Like, I would never like do that. And I've never had any of my friends ask me something like that ever about anything. Even on Facebook, like my buddy Chris Lotch was like I post stuff about Apple and like, oh, check out this new cool feature. And when I was working for Apple, I was like, yeah, I love this new keynote that they just came out with and this. And, sometimes I get, into that mindset of like, I'm really pumped about this new feature or this coming out. But I've never had one of my friends like, hey, is Apple kind of paying you to post these things? Never had that. So when somebody comes up and says like, I don't know, it's just, or like when somebody says like, are you saying this just so this way you can get in good with the publisher? It's just like, wow, really? Like, where I'm from, I'm not a kiss ass. Okay, like I'm not the person that goes to the boss and be like, "Wow, look, you look great today," and "Wow, that's a great shirt." I'm not that kind of person. I'm real. Like I'm not gonna fake. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave it at that because it's very frustrating. And I don't mean to keep talking about it, guys. It's just it's been on my mind. It's literally from last night. I've been in a bad mood because of it, and I've been trying to stay positive. But like I said, it's really hard. Seriously? How about we switch? Oh wow, there's a massive sale going on on iTunes here. I usually post like there's like this website called Cheap Charts, so it kind of tracks the prices of stuff in iTunes, and like literally everything's like 20 or 30 bucks off. It's a big Star Trek sale, like a huge one. Oh, The Last Ship 2 is on sale. 50 bucks for the whole series. I like The Last Ship. It was really cool. I got up to season 2 before before I kind of stopped watching. I forgot why I stopped watching, but it wasn't that it wasn't good. It was a really good show. I'm not going to do that. You guys need to like heal up. Need to get this guy. All right, nice stronger line. Jeez. Would love to do this, but I'm not going to risk it. Hold tight. I can't change that, daggone. I'm going to see if I can get reinforcements over here. I think the Japanese fleet went south, so I think they're over here. The problem is I can't really make any kind of attack. I mean, my ships are in like bad shape. Come on, man. This is like driving me nuts a little bit. Come on. So this fleet's pretty much back up to almost full strength here. Nice. I got 2 Marine divisions ready to go. I got the 4th still being developed. Nice. So 2 subs, 5 destroyers, 2 cruisers, 4 battleships, 11 carriers, 7 light carriers. Very, very good. I like it. I got an air superiority, tactical. I definitely need another one. That increase? No, it's not. Alright, let's, I guess, put it in for another carrier. Yeah, why not? I gotta replace all the carriers I lost. Nice. So I'm gonna get assault. I definitely need this though. There's really not much I can do this turn. My fleet has to heal itself here, so there's not really any major operations that I can commit them to. I only have 2 carriers at this point. I really can't do anything with you. I mean, there's no way I can come up here. I'm gonna have to do another land invasion, I think. Let's do this. And I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring them down here, meet up, and then I'm gonna see if I can land them here to attack them from both sides. Yeah, it's gonna be a freaking nightmare. Oh, my bad. Alright, I think that's it. I think that's all I can do. And these are tactical bombers, right? Yes. Oh, I can land here. Check that out. Interesting. Alright, let's click intern. I think I did everything. Yes. Oh, man. It really sucks, man. I did single mall strategy for like 5 to 6 years. You know, one thing that I tried to do like a couple months ago, if you follow Developer Dialogue, I actually tried to do clips for the show. So like, for example, one week I'll release a full episode, and then the following week, and generally I try to release a new episode every other week. But the even weeks, right, so where there's no episode posted, I try to post like 1, 2 or 3 clips from the last show. Like bite-sized chunks, instead of eating the full Snickers bar, you just get, that little bite-sized one, right? So that was my idea. And so I posted, and, a lot of people loved it. Like, we got really good, in terms of the downloads and stuff like that, it was really a good chunk. But as soon as I did that, I heard back from Tortuga and Matt, and they were just like, we literally went for like a discussion that went on for like days, pages and pages of like messaging and like, this is wrong, and people don't want this. And I said, like, let's just try it for like a couple of days. And they were like, no, this is gonna piss people off. And I'm like, all right, well, if it pisses people off, then I'll stop it. And they were like, you need to take it down now. I had actually had Eric one time and just be like, if you don't take down those bite-sized chunk clips, I'm never going to do Developer Dialogue again. I'm like, wow, really? Like, so that was the reason why I actually stopped doing those bite-sized chunks of it. I was just... we also had like another argument about... So I post ads in Developer Dialogue interviews, right? And I post like maybe 3 for every interview, and generally interviews are like hour to an hour and a half. So it's not a lot. It's generally like 1 every 20, 30 minutes. And I suggested to Matt, I'm like, hey, let's kind of do like 1 ad for Single Malt Strategy, like just 1. Like midway through the podcast, and that literally took like a week, or it was a long discussion, and it was them against me. They were like, no, I think this is horrible, like, we shouldn't fill up ads. I'm like, it's 1 ad, it'll cover the expenses of like, hosting, and maybe, a year or 2 down the road, we can get, I don't know, like just a little bit, like a small check, but like literally it was just, we had like an hour to 2 hour discussion over it. I'm like, look guys, it's not that serious, let's try for a little bit, and if people don't like it, like if they say it's too much, it's 1 ad, so it wouldn't be too much, but whatever, we'll just stop. And they were like, no, and it was just like, this is wrong, we shouldn't put ads in this. It's just like, we're not going to be one of those shows where, you fill it up with ads. I'm like, it's 1 ad. We're just going to put 1 ad in there. So finally, Matt relented, and he was just like, all right, well, I'll add 1 ad for the next episode. I don't even know if he did it. I don't think he did it. He started editing Single Malt Strategy episodes, I think, like 2 or 3 episodes ago. And it literally takes him forever to, like, edit it. So sometimes, like, our episodes, like, we had an episode for, like, the most anticipated games for 2021. We recorded, I think, in December or maybe, like, early January. The episode didn't come out until like March. And I was like, look, if this is too much, I'm like, I can do it. Like, I'd rather have the episode come out in a week so it's not like old kind of thing. We had an episode that we recorded in March for what was it? War on the Sea. And it was like May. I'm like, are we posting this episode? It's been like 2 months, and I think a lot of the things that we mentioned in this episode kind of like has been patched, and they were like, no, we're just not gonna release it. I'm like, okay. And we had Wolfpack on the show. It was like a special guest guest on the show, and it was just like, so we kind of like wasted his time and our time, and it was just weird. And they were upset because they were like, they didn't want to release it because they were like, we put in too much negative stuff for the game. And I'm like, okay, well, that's all you guys were mentioning about the game. Like, I only played it a little bit. They played it a lot. And they just kept ragging on the game, like the AI and this and convoys and all this. And I'm like, wow, you guys like sound like you really don't like the game. They're like, no, we really like the game. And I'm like, okay. And then they were like, look, we just talked about the negatives the whole episode. I don't think we should release it. And I'm like, well, I think we should. We were like, being real, like we were being upfront. Like, these are the things that, were on our minds. They were like, no, but that's not good for the developer. And I'm like, okay, so like we never posted that episode. And we talked about War on the Sea yesterday, and like for a majority of that episode, for a good part of the episode, it was just like all, they were just ragging on the episode. And I was like, I know we talked about this in March for an episode we never released, and I don't know. And they didn't want to release that one either from yesterday, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to release this. I'm like, I could, like, my time is like, I'm not going to say I'm like, my time's more valuable than others, but like for me, my time is important, right? Like, instead of doing the podcast, I could be, with my kid, or I can be catching up on sleep and stuff like that. So come on, why is this not? So, like, for me, I'm not that crazy about when you record something for like an hour and a half, and then it never gets posted, and nobody hears it but us, and it's like, all right, well, what's the point of that? 2-1. Ay, the 44th Corps just got beat. Oh, they must have hit this guy, because he's at 1-1. Or is it because of supply? What is this? Hold on. Oh, crap. Because there's no supply. That's why. Yeah, because there's no daggone road. Oh, crap. Crapola. Daggone, man. I thought supply would have been able to come down, but I guess not. It has this thing on there, which I don't know. I'm assuming this means to repair or build. I don't know how to do that, though. I don't know. Gotta figure that out. But let's see if I can do this. Oh, my bad. That's my guy. How about this? 1-1. I need to make some gains, so let's do this. Come on, guys. You can do it. Push them. Crap. I got the 2nd Corps and 2nd Division coming. Let's build more British troops. Daggone, I don't have enough. $177. This is going up so slow. Oh, snap, Canada? Oh, nice. 234. Oh, crap. Not enough logistics, seriously. I could build a division. Communist China? Seriously? Let's do a Mountain Corps. Alright, cool. Got 2 corps coming. You guys are at 331. What can I build? Nah. Could build this. I'll come in April. Or I could build another. Got none. Yeah, I need to build troops. I wish that you can click this and kind of go to the exact area. Everybody's at no supply. Ugh. How good are we here? Wow. I think we repaired really quickly. The only problem is, even though we repaired a lot of those things, I really still can't go on the offensive. The Japanese, 12 carriers, I mean, there's no way I can compete with that, you know? No way I can compete with that. So anywhere I place my carriers, right, like if I move my carriers here, and the Japanese get here and attack me, I mean, that's it. With no fighter or bomber cover, like, they will just eat up whatever's left of my carriers. They'll destroy whatever battleships remain, cruisers, destroyers, and there'll be no fleet. So technically, I should be sitting here until I can get enough carriers to actually provide, an actual capability. I'm getting the Essex soon. I'm gonna start getting carriers, but I don't think I should actually even do anything until probably May. So I can have enough carriers. Now, the one thing I am thinking about is taking the fleet out, going here, and doing some bombing runs. I think I'm thinking of doing that. It'll hit their supplies and production and stuff like that. Slow them down, because I just don't want to sit in one spot. You know what I'm saying? Oh snap! My buddy just texted me. Is like, all the Star Trek TV shows are on sale. He just bought Star Trek the original series and Enterprise. Wow. See, it's really hard for me to do that because I'm paying $9.99 for Paramount Plus, which has all the Star Trek in there. So, and I also have DVDs of it. And I was like, should I buy it again just so I can have it on streaming? You know, like I could stream it whenever I want. Why can't I? Hold down Control, Alt. Maybe I need a capital ship in this? I don't know. Oh, there's no daggone supply, that's why. Let me see if I can send out just one ship. All right. Jeez, logistics is horrible. 2. Still haven't figured out how to increase logistics. I gotta read the manual for that. I'm not gonna be able to buy anything, even if I can afford it. What if, oh wow, this is gonna be expensive. What if I buy this and transport them to India? Actually, stand by. What if, just what if, I take the fleet and make a amphibious landing on Japan itself? I can have the fleet go there with the transports, drop the troops, and have the fleet head back to Pearl. And it'll be up to the troops to kind of like live off the land. And maybe I'll put convoys and escorts in the supplies that'll go here. But it'll definitely shake them up. Putting an armored corps there with a couple of Marines, infantry, it'll open up. They'll be focused here with their, I'm assuming with their Navy too, enough for me to gain like this area here. Nice, okay. So let's see what that gives me. Can I locate them now since I cracked some of their codes? Some of their codes. I'm not really getting good intel from that. Okay, I mean, I got that. 3 ships with a destroyer group. Mixed brigade. I want to know where that fleet is. Oh, snap, 26 ships. I don't think that's anything serious. It doesn't have any CVs. Where is their main fleet? Are you going to tell me? Or am I going to have to guess? At least here, kind of gave me that information. Nice. I'm getting 3 divisions for the Americans next turn. Man, I really can't concentrate. This thing is on my mind, guys. I'm telling you. Really is bothering me. It really is bothering me. Nice. They got fixed. Good. Awesome. Please tell me this unit... Oh no, they moved already. Airbase. Assuming airbase 2. Maybe we should take Rabaul. That would be a good base to take. It would knock their port out. How big is this port? 8. This is a 3. That's a 1. Ooh. That is a little juicy. What if I actually do land 2 cores here? I could take that and deprive them of a really powerful port. 7. Yeah, I need to hit truck. Rabaul. Rabaul is going to be critical, I think, with an 8. Yeah, they can actually even get there. Let's scrap the plans for La. And then we'll move back, put both these cores on boats, land in Rabaul, and attack. I think Rabaul will be more of a critical target. Oh, man. Second ID. Why is that says 30? That's a core, not... Love that you can change this though. Nice. 2nd Marine Division. 3rd Corps. Very good, very, very good. Marines. I definitely have enough troops. I mean, I have 2 massive corps and 2 Marine divisions. Very tempting. Very tempting. I mean, the question is, should I just have them stand by in America? I mean, we're fighting a war. They should be put into the field. Let me actually make sure I have enough convoys. Oh, crap. That is not good. Escorts 11. Yeah, definitely need to bulker this up. $100, seriously? Okay. Logistics, that's why. No, it's not logistics. Why can't I build these? Oh, because I'm short. I don't know. What do you guys think, man? 2 cores and 2 Marine divisions. I know if I land them, I can do significant damage. And I'm thinking maybe land them here. Take a city like that. Hit their oil product. This is iron ore. Yeah, hit that. And I could still have convoys coming over. And they'll never see me coming. It's not like, you know, when I go up here, it's not like they're going to have, like, you know, planes or good intel. Just go this way, attack, and get the frack out. It'll definitely pull their fleet away. And I think I need to do that, especially for the campaign that I'm going to do against Rabaul. Because once I put those ships on a boat, you know what's going to happen. The Japanese are going to see it, and they're going to come, and they're going to pounce. So I think I should do that. I'm going to get you guys ready. Ooh. I have a bad feeling about this, though. Alright. Make sure I have enough landing boats. Landing ships, 20. 45, so I can land 2 cores. Let me see when I'm getting more. Yeah, I'm getting more on December 12th, so that should be enough. Jeez, 20. And I can put these guys back on a boat. Nice. I love that you could detach units in this game. Jeez. Alright, let's click intern. Come on. You know what you gotta do. I was watching a new series that's on Amazon Prime called The Underground Railroad. It's, you know, I read a lot about the Civil War, especially like life, well, during the Civil War, and, you know, I found out a lot about, you know, how the condition of slaves during that time, and just basically, you know, how they were treated, but to see it like on TV, like for it to be visualized is wow. You know, if you ever seen what is that movie with that guy who did Pulp Fiction, the Django, right? So if you ever seen the Django, This is, I would say, much more graphic than that. Much more graphic, I would say. But, and you can even see in, like, Ken Burns' Civil War, I think he actually devoted an entire episode just for that. And some of the photos, like, I don't know if you guys remember, if you guys saw the, oh crap, shit, if he attacks here, he can destroy that core, son of anyway, there was this like one scene, I don't know if you guys remember, where a guy was photographed, and it was a picture of his back and how it looked, and it was just something, just like, I can't even compare it. I mean, it's like his back exploded into, like, it was just like, wow. But the interesting thing about that photo and that soldier, he actually, I think, he was one of the members, I think, that was in the 54th Massachusetts Regiment. I believe so. And what was really interesting about that is he actually got to fight, against the South, after, heading north and being free. That takes I would have to. I figured. Oh no, they're still alive. They're right there. But if he moves up here, he'll cut this guy off. But yeah, I mean, it takes some kind of iron courage to kind of live as a slave and be beaten like that, and then find your way to the north and to be free. And instead of like saying, okay, I'm free, I'm gonna build a life, just gonna have a peaceful life from now on, and he actually signed up for the army and went right back, into the fight, like right back into right into the war. And I mean, there's something very, like, wow about that. You have to have like a internal strength that let's see if my WordPress thing is working. No, it's not. That's great. It's not a WordPress plugin, and it's not. Lucky they had a free trial. Whoa, what happened? That was quick. They're still attacking that position. Even if they break me here, I mean, I got a fortified position right here, so it's like... Shit. Supply beachhead. Alright, and it's clear skies. This rain might be good for me. It'll cover some of that. Really do feel like they're gonna find me. Come on. Why can't I unify these guys to an army? Is it Alt? I think it's Alt. No, I don't think it's Alt. Come on, man. No. Oh, crap. There's probably something that I'm missing. Is it the... No, it's their 1942 assault. I guess because they're... I don't know, man. Come on, dude. That's not gonna do it. Ah, crap. Crapola. This is bad stuff. Jeez, they're at 3? Oh, crap. Oh, crap. This is not good. Definitely not good. This whole thing is just all fracked up. Guess because I didn't pay attention to the daggone supply. Well, I want to attack. Control. Alt. Come on, man. Why can't I attack? Do I need, like, a capital ship? I mean, it's pointless to send a capital ship there, you know? How many ships do I got? 20 ships. This will be a massive armada. I think I'm going to save that for the next episode, though. I got to find a way to get motivated. I don't want to be like, you know, at a one old day. I can't let what happened yesterday kind of just like deter me. You know what I'm saying? Ah, man, yeah, it's just, I really, I was hoping for the best yesterday. Yeah, it really was. And, you know, single malt strategy was developing. I mean, it was getting better. And I know we've been trailing on the episodes the last, I don't know, couple months, right? At least for the last 5, maybe 6 months. But, you know, that's not out of me not trying. Like, I kept texting them, like, messaging them, like, hey, guys, let's do an episode tonight. Let's do an episode tomorrow. And, like, when you get no response, it's just like, okay. Like, hey, guys, let's do a episode tomorrow. Hey, guys, let's do an episode this weekend. And no response. It's like, you know, it kind of pisses you off a little bit. It's like, okay. But then when another person says, like, hey, let's do an episode, and then, like, everybody joins in and says, yeah, that's a great idea. And it's just like, you know, kind of thing. I was trying to get, like, 2 episodes, and sometimes 3 episodes a month, and we were able to get maybe 1 a month. So, yeah, and it's really hard to do everything yourself, you know? Like, when I was pushing out these episodes for Single Malt or Developer Dialogue, like, I would do all the, like, marketing. Like, so I would publish the episode, post on the forums, post on Twitter, post on Facebook, post on Instagram, you know, contact news websites. I would do all that for each episode, pretty much. And, like, when you ask them, like, hey, can you guys just retweet this? And they can't even do that. It's just like, come on, seriously? Just retweet it. Like, I'm, like, investing 2-3 hours in all the marketing. Like, that would take you, what, 10 seconds? Just, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And, you know, I'm sure they're gonna come out and they're gonna be like, well, you know, have their own kind of thing, but I'm just gonna keep things just the way they are now. It's just and just keep it separate, because yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it off here, guys. Probably gonna try to push out that Single Malt Strategy episode as quick as possible. It's probably going to be the last Single Malt Strategy episode with me in it. Actually, there's 2, so one from March, one from May. That I'm going to publish, and those will probably be the last ones. I'm not going to create a new single malt strategy or like a new show with that, because developer dialogue takes a lot of my time, and I have other commitments too. And it's just sad, it just really is. I really enjoyed that show. I really enjoyed, comparing our views on games. But yeah, somewhere in the last 6 months, things just went bad, really bad. And yeah, it's it's kind of finito. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you then.